Welcome back to Cookies and Milk, episode 63. I'm your host, William.
I'm your host, Ben.
We're just having normal Oreos today. Today's topic, I wanted to talk about Witcher 3.
Sure, because I don't have anything to fucking say.
So, Witcher 3 is a game where you play as Geralt of Rivia, a witcher who hunts monsters. And I want to talk about a scene I got. It was, pretty cheap for the whole package a little while ago. So I picked it up and I've been playing through it a bit. And I got to a point in the game where it's kind of... of course, the whole point of the game is, really dark. I just got to a point in the game where I was instructed by a baron, spoilers for Witcher 3, I was instructed by a baron to find his missing wife and daughter who had been kidnapped. And I eventually get around to doing that, where I find out that the wife and daughter left of their own volition.
Right.
And then I get back to find that the baron... And I get into a punch battle with the drunk baron because I found out that he drove them away because he would beat his wife.
Jesus.
And it's like, oh boy. And then I talked about it with him once he had sobered up, and I kicked the shit out of him. And he talks...
Again the second time?
No. I kicked the shit out of him the first time. And he talks about how he beat his wife because she was there when in all of his battles and stuff like that, and she always knew just what to say to take him off. And it's like, the way Geralt said it, it's like, so you beat her for criticizing you? And I'm like, yeah, that seems bad. And then it turns out this one time he got drunk, got in a fight with her, and that was bad. And she miscarried because of it.
Oh, God.
And I'm like, oh! And the way he, talked about it is our way to reconcile. And I'm like, oh, boy.
What?
And he had found the miscarried baby after he woke up the next day, and she and his daughter were gone.
Oh.
And it was just on his bed.
Oh.
Yeah, it was like, oh my god. And he buried it outside by the castle.
As you do.
And it became a monster.
As it does.
So I could either kill the monster, bring the blood back to a man who could use the blood to find the wife and daughter because of blood ties, or I could have the dad bury the unborn daughter underneath the home, the family threshold, and the spirit will show me the way. And I decided to do that because I didn't want to kill an unborn child monster.
Wait, why would do any of them?
Because I had to find the wife and daughter.
Alright.
To know they're safe, because in The Witcher, if you leave your house, you die.
Right, of course.
So...
Because you get witched.
Right. You get witched or Anyway.
Huh.
So you have to... The dad obviously doesn't want you to kill the child again, so I decided against it. And it also feels like the best option.
But burying it?
Yes. So I had to...
So it's alive down there?
It's alive. It wasn't... It was unburied. It got itself back out.
I mean, but it's gonna...
And its goal is to kill and eat pregnant women.
Oh boy.
In order to get enough power to kill those who unjustly buried it without a name and just toss it in a grave, unmarked and all that. So I had to walk through... I had the dad pick it up. It was like a baby. Like a baby.
Oh, when you said monster, I thought...
Big?
Big, yeah.
No, it's like a small monster baby. It has big, glassy black eyes, like a mouth
like
that
babies.
Opens up, and there's like
babies.
Multiple rows of teeth and a tongue that lolls out.
Like babies.
Yeah. Pretty much just like babies. And it's just sort of like doing this. And if it gets too anxious, it'll bite your jugular and
like
kill
babies.
You. Like babies. So I had to do... So we got back to the house after fighting ghosts that were lured to the botchling, the baby.
Like babies.
Like babies. and like Grawl is like, okay, you have to say these lines, and it's like, to the one who came into the world but I did not hold, who was born into the world but did not live in it, who I had but did not hold, I named thee, and like he had to name it,
Right.
which that sucks.
That's fucked.
Like he had to name it and then hug it, and then it died in his arms, and then he buried the baby, and it's like, okay, and then I'm like, and then Geralt said, then it'll turn into a spirit, hopefully, that'll guard your home and take me to where I need to go, and it did, but I thought it was gonna be like a guardian spirit, like that could talk and stuff, but it's just a ghost form of the baby.
It's a baby.
And it just sort of, it just like did this.
Like
it
babies.
just sort of like flew,
Yeah,
and I had to
just
run
goes.
after it like a baby
Like
would
babies.
do. Until I found, and of course, things had gone wrong, and a giant beast attacked one of the horses and stole the mother. But the daughter's okay, because of course that happens in The Witcher. And I told you about this a little while ago, where it was like
babies?
No. This was earlier. The gay man in The Witcher.
Yes.
So it was one of those things where Geralt was trying to talk to a guy about finding something out, and he said, "I got some checkered past with the old bloody Duke, and the whole countryside had gone into hell because of the bloody Duke." And Geralt is like, "You can press further as this," and he's like, "What are you talking about?" And the guy's like, "Oh, I'm a bit of a freak," and Geralt's like, Geralt, in all his bestial knowledge, he's like, "Oh, are you a werewolf? I have remedies for lycanthropy," and he's like, No, Geralt, I'm gay.
Yeah, of course.
The Duke caught me with his son in the stables, and he just fucking lost it, and I don't like talking about it." And Geralt's just like, "Oh, I'm sorry." And I'm like,
Aww.
"Nice job, Geralt. Not me. I didn't do that.
That was me.
I'm not Geralt in this point in time."
Witcher really tackling those like social issues, huh?
Right? Yeah. Domestic abuse,
Is that
homophobia,
today's topic?
tackling issues in video games.
Tackling issues in video games?
I wanted to talk about one last thing in The Witcher 3, though.
Sure. It's the crafting system?
No, not the crafting system. I don't really care about that. Hold on, I'm gonna eat a cookie.
Sure. Go ahead. Absolutely.
Thanks for covering for me, dude.
You're talking about Witcher.
Um,
I literally can't add anything here.
So, the way The Witcher is...
You said, I want to talk about one more thing in The Witcher. Hold on 1 second.
So, Witcher 1, you romance a witch named Yennefer. Witcher 2, you lose your memory, and you romance a girl named Triss, and they're both witches.
Very close to being real names.
Yennefer and Triss.
Yeah, if there was just like a J, it'd be Jennifer, and there was an H, it'd be Trish.
Yeah, but nope. It's a Y and a second S. But in this one, you are separated from Triss, sorry,
Yeah,
and Yennefer, and you've been chasing Yennefer, because Yennefer is Geralt's true love. But I come into Witcher 3, and I'm like, who? And who?
I don't need either of these.
So I was offered by another witch to have sex after having a nice, fun candlelight dinner between friends, and she's like, "Do you want to have sex?" And I'm like, I had 3 options. Of course, not in the mood, or there's someone else. I'm like, is there someone else though? Because no, Triss is separated, and Yennefer is doing stuff, and I, as a player, don't care about either.
Yeah.
All right, and then she used me, and then she needed Geralt to be asleep in order to go to an island that I had cleared out for her.
Weird.
I know, yeah. That's another thing. There was... The island that I cleared out was haunted. And it was haunted by a girl who had died there years ago after a bunch of village men stormed the island to attack the royalty, but they were not rich at all.
Sure.
And the one she had loved tried to stop them, but he failed, and like she drank a sleeping potion
But it was a poison?
to make it seem like she was dead.
Sure.
But no one knew that, and the wizard had died, who had given her the potion. So the lover had thought she was dead, and he's like, no, and left.
Romeo and Juliet.
I know, but rats ate out her guts, and she was because she woke up and she was paralyzed from the potion, and she couldn't move, and she watched rats eat her.
What? How did the rats get
Witcher
there?
3.
How did
There
the
were a
rats-
lot of rats at the end because the wizard experimented on rats. So there were rats there, and then like you go to you talk to her, you talk to the ghost girl, and
Sure,
she's
of
like,
course.
"Oh, can you take my remains offshore so my love can bury them, so he can know I can pass on?" And I'm like, "Of course." And I go do that. I give the remains to him, and he's like, "Please just leave me be." And then I come back in after I hear her screaming, and she's a ghost, evil ghost, and she disappears. I'm like, dang it.
I did it wrong.
I did it wrong. And I go back. I do the thing all differently, and I get the things like, I don't trust you. I can say that to the ghost girl. She's like, fuck you then. And then I fight her, and I'm like, is this the right way? And she's like still in the tower. Like, I defeat her, but she's like, you can't kill me because I'm a ghost girl.
Of course,
'Cause that's
yeah.
how that works. And girl's like, I guess I don't have an oil I can put on my blade for it. So I had to bring the lover, back up into the tower, and I had to have him be scared a bit, because he was. The only way that I could lift the curse off the girl is with true love's kiss. And I needed the guy...
So you had to kiss the boy.
I didn't kiss the... kiss the boy, Geralt! I know a hunter that'd be perfect for this. But I had...
Because he's a werewolf.
Yes, he's a werewolf. I mean, wait, is that the thing I talked about with him?
Fuck, I wasn't paying attention.
But the way this girl is she doesn't have a jaw. She just has a tongue
She can't
and like the
kiss.
top of a skull. And no, he had to kiss that. And he had to be like, and then she turned into a normal girl.
Oh.
And then they both died.
Oh.
And I'm like, oh, I guess that's
The good ending?
the good ending.
Question mark?
Okay. So that was that. But so that's enough for Witcher.
The Witcher, just like in real life, doesn't have any good endings.
Oh, that's sad.
Yeah.
Why'd you hit me with that?
Why'd you hit me with those three things?
But yeah, what do you?
I was gonna
talk
come
about?
into this and like have a bit about like, you ever think about the way our society prevents men from getting the psychological help that they need?
Mm-hmm.
And then I was like, that's a little bit dark. Like that's not even like, it's like a really dark bit to like start the
I'm doing
podcast
Witchership.
on. And you were like, there's a mission in The Witcher where like this guy is abusive, but like then a miscarriage and you had to bury the baby and then you had to hug the baby and name the baby, and it's like, that's dark. And it's like, and this guy's like, the entire kingdom went to shambles because I'm a bit of a freak because I'm gay, and it's like, alright, that's and then she got eaten by rats and he had to kiss the skeleton face part, and it's like, okay.
Yeah.
I found the ibuprofen, by the way.
Oh, good.
It was in a bottle marked ibuprofen directly in your line of sight.
I'm always bad with this. It always is like that.
But what else? I'm trying to think of other games that I've played that have really tackled social issues. Did your milk taste weird?
Not super weird, but
Mine tasted weird.
kind of watered down.
Yeah, a little bit. I rinsed them and I like wiped them out and everything. I guess I
I
just
think it's the cups. Yeah, the cups are weird. They need to go through the wash again.
yeah, they need to get washed. I got like a really sensitive taste buds
So
for drinks.
we say that we it makes it seem like we don't wash them.
Oh no,
We definitely wash them by hand.
I hand rinse them.
Yeah.
Because they have their like the pictures on them are like beginning to fade because we've had them for like what, 3-4 years?
Absolutely. When did Alan?
Was living in New York.
Yeah.
It was like after high school, like a year or a semester after high school. No, he went straight into it. I feel like.
I feel like you brought it home one day, like a year later, though.
Yeah, I mean, I
Maybe like a year, maybe a half a year later.
I feel like it's been 3 years. I feel like that's how old these cups are.
Okay.
3 years is a reasonable estimate. It's weird to think that
We've been doing this podcast for a year.
Has it been more than a year?
Almost. I mean, probably more.
Whatever the math is.
I know we started this late last year.
Yeah. It's weird to think about how, like, time works, you know what I mean?
Yes.
I was thinking about that because there were some cups in the cabinet upstairs that were from a vacation we went on last year. And it's like, it's weird that was like so long ago.
But not at all.
Yeah, because when I think about it, I'm like, oh yeah, that was like this summer.
Isn't it weird that it hasn't been one full year? No, it has. It feels like it's been more than a year since I graduated high school.
Yeah.
It hasn't.
Wait, it hasn't?
It's only been 1 year.
You did a semester of college and then you couldn't do this one?
Yeah.
That's what it was?
Yeah.
Weird. Yeah, because you got done in 2016? You were
Yeah,
out of class
high
in
school.
2016?
Yeah.
Yeah, that... So you're...
It'll be 2 years next year.
So you did the fall semester of college and
Into the spring semester.
And you did the spring semester too?
Yes.
But you couldn't do... Okay, that's what it was.
I can't do my second year yet.
So
I did my year of high school.
It has been a year since you graduated.
It has been a year. It feels like it's been more than a year though.
Yeah, once you're out of high school, it feels like you've been out of high school forever.
Yeah.
Like, as soon as you do anything after high school. Yeah. Time's weird.
Yeah.
It's one of the weirdest things when I think about, like, video games and stuff. Because it's like, I'm still trying to, I'm always like, oh yeah, all those good games came out this year. And then last year was Fallout 4 and MGS5, and it's like, those were not.
Those are 2 years ago.
Those were 2 years ago, and I'm like, oh, shit.
Yeah.
And then,
Fallout 4 was really 2 years ago?
I think so, yeah. Because I platinumed it early this year?
Wow.
No.
Yes. I feel like it.
Yeah, I guess I did. It did take me a year to platinum it.
Who knows?
Who knows? That's what I'm trying to say here.
I mean, you can look it up.
Yeah, I can't just, like, check my trophy information. But... Because, like, the landscape of video games changes, like, so frequently.
Yeah.
There's always some new video game coming out. And it's hard to keep track of, like, exactly, like, the best video game of every decade. But it is one of those things that's, like, you really should, like, look back on years. You can say Game of the Year and be like, this is the best game of this year.
Or you can say Game of the Year and mean absolutely nothing.
Yeah, literally.
Because that doesn't mean anything.
It's, you can... That's one of the most bizarre things about the gaming industry. I'm sort of talking as a whole because I don't even feel like I played a video game since last week.
What?
Since, like, last time I recorded. I don't feel like I sat down and played a video game. I might have played some Siege and Overwatch. That was it.
I'm playing Super Metroid again.
Yeah.
Fuck, dude. It's so... I get to an area, and I'm like, okay, I've exhausted all my obvious things. And I'll be like, is it backtracking time, or what is it time for?
I honestly, I like the way Metroidvania games play, but you hit those... There's, one of the ways to describe, like, video games is, like, how often you run into walls.
Yeah.
And those games are so many walls all the goddamn time.
Mm-hmm.
I'm playing Axiom Verge, and, like, the map is so fucking big, and, like, I got to this point, and I'm like, I feel like I should be able to do something here. And then so, like, and I'm like, well, I guess I can't. And then I found this new, like, transport system, and I was like, whoa, cool. And then I was, like, going through all that shit. Still couldn't find anything to do, so I was like, I'm done.
Yeah.
Like...
There's no fast travel system in Super Metroid.
Of course.
And that's the fucking worst. Also, I have to press the select button to cycle through weapons.
Of course.
And that is... I just got to a boss where it was the fucking worst. Because I had to shoot fire. This boss would shoot fire from him. And, like, I couldn't... I would have to shoot the fire with my normal beam, because if I wasted my missiles on it, then I couldn't physically damage the boss. But I had to... The damage frames for it are so fast.
So you have to, like...
I have to jam through it, and then if I want to go back to the phaser, the normal gun, I have to tap through all of the options I have.
There's got to be some better way to do it.
There's not.
That's ridiculous.
I can press L to aim down, which is fun. R to aim up, like diagonally wise,
Right, yeah.
which that helps. But it's literally just the select button to move through it. It might be easier on an SNES controller because I'm using the Wii U gamepad.
Oh yeah, where the select button is like the minus button on the fucking...
On the bottom.
Yeah.
Also, I fucking hate the wall jump in it.
Oh yeah, you have to press it exactly right.
I have to press it. It's like I have to do it now. I have to do it in game, and that's why I'm not going to play it ever again. Because the timing for it is the literal worst.
Alright, I want to spin you a tale. I'm playing Castlevania Circle of the Moon, I want to say, on my iPad's Game Boy Advance emulator.
Oh.
And it's fine. The iPad's the emulator was pretty garbage.
On an iPad that is super old.
It's not, the speed of it wasn't the issue, but it's like there's no button input.
You don't feel it.
Yeah, you don't feel it. And in order to do the wall jump in Castlevania Circle of the Moon, you have to touch the wall, press back L and A at the same time.
Awful.
On an iPad where the L and R buttons are like other buttons on the screen?
I don't understand why they couldn't fucking get what they did with Mario.
Yeah, where you just press A on the wall?
Where you hold the button.
Oh, yeah.
Mega Man X.
Oh, where you like
Mega Man X
slide?
did made it perfect. 1993, right? Or 1992 when Mega Man X came out.
Same fucking console as Super Metroid.
Same console, same fucking person with a gun.
Yeah.
They got wall jumping so perfect it feels so good to do it.
Here's the thing.
Metroid can't fucking figure it out.
It's like, I'm always like, I like puzzle games. Puzzle games are real fun to play. And then I come into a wall in one and I'm like, I don't want to fucking do this anymore. The illusion of this being a fun game, like, faded immediately.
Yeah.
There's, games always play a balancing act between, like, the difficulty and the amount of fun you're having.
Yeah.
So it's like, you gotta have, a lot of fun if the game's gonna get more difficult, and it's gotta, like, really reward you. And then, like, all of a sudden when the difficulty just, like, whap, bam! And it just, like, throws the fun off of it. So you're just like, oh, wait, shit.
I'm in a sand area in Metroid where I'll enter a room and these things will be falling into sand, and you can freeze them and jump up, but if you let them fall down, you have to go through the fucking sand, which is the worst, because you gotta keep jumping.
Right, of course.
You gotta jump until Samus is like, oh, I'm out of the sand now, so I can do a full jump.
Right.
And these things won't despawn, so they'll keep shooting you. From the sand, they don't despawn and others come back down, so more platforms come. No! They're already halfway down their descent by the time you enter the room, and it is the literal worst thing I've ever seen.
What the fuck?
Also, I hate the fact that it's like, oh, sometimes Samus will just do a normal jump or do a spinny jump. Like, that's better than the normal jump. That is the only way to do that I've only ever seen the wall jump work with.
Right.
And that's like, cool. Thanks, game. You have 4 fucking buttons. Use them.
It's the type of thing, Phoenix Wright is a game I have this with a lot, because I'm always, like, having a great time, playing Phoenix Wright, like, going through all the stuff, putting all the clues together, figuring out all the pieces, and then it's like, and you're out of options. And I'm like, so what do I do? And it's like, have you clicked on everything? Right. On every inch of the screen?
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh my god, I guess not. And then I'm just begging to any god I know that they put a fast forward button in the game so I can skip through the fucking text that I've read 1,000 times. Yeah. And it's like, in Bejeweled, when they're like, it's the match 3 diamond game, and then it'll make diamonds glow. Yeah. And you feel like a fucking idiot because you're like, I don't need that shit. I know Bejeweled. Right. I'm thinking.
But it'll show you bad matches.
Yeah.
It'll show you the basic 3 match.
Right. It'll be like, hey, you can do this. This is just an option.
You won't be able to do anything good with that, but
I think more games could use that.
Highlighting things?
Just like a highlight button.
Oh, now, hold on, Ben. Because people like to throw fits when that happens.
I know people like to throw fits when that happens.
Like, if, have you found that with Metroid Prime at all?
The scan feature?
No, just I mean puzzle-wise.
Oh, I barely played Metroid Prime.
Oh.
I got to like the first boss.
You know, that's so fucking fun. I think that's kind of fun how it's like Metroid is seen as like a great game series.
Yeah.
I hate Super Metroid. I hate Metroid original. Like, okay, Super Metroid can be fun at times.
Yeah.
When I get things all right, things go kind of well. But the controls are kind of and puzzles are non-existent.
Yeah.
Or not non-existent. It's just sort of like, where do I fucking go? And you've touched Metroid Prime, a game to the start of a trilogy that people really like, and it didn't hook you.
It's fine. Like, it was fun enough. I was playing it. Yeah, but you're right, it didn't hook me that much. I didn't see how this is, like, people's favorite games ever. I wasn't playing and being like, I can really see where people are coming from with this.
Yeah. How did Metroid catch on?
I have no fucking idea. It's one of those... I mean, it's the same way Legend of Zelda caught on. You played Legend of Zelda 1? Game fucking blows, dude.
Workable. I can get progress done in Legend of Zelda 1. I can't go anywhere in Metroid 1. I can't fucking do anything.
It's the
controls are annoying while the enemies can move diagonally. I can't shoot diagonally. I can move up. I can shoot up, down, and right.
Yeah. It's the... Fuck, I was gonna say. Oh yeah, Metroid Prime or Metroid 2 Return of Samus came out. And they added a scan feature into the game, so you can scan and see, like, secrets in the rooms and everything.
X-ray, yeah.
And it's like, that's, why would they do that? Why would they, like, make the game easier and everything?
Did people say that?
I've heard people say that, yeah.
What?
Yeah. And, like, it's just like, dude, who gives a fuck? Honestly, who cares? And it's
also,
like,
the platform is kind of imprecise in Metroid, because sometimes I'm doing the normal jump, and other times I press A and I do a spin jump.
It's, like, if more games had, like, a highlight option, or just, like, a NPC who would be like, hey, have you considered this direction?
Yeah.
They'd be so much better.
Okay.
I'd quit games less.
Games should have that, but also be able to turn it off.
Yeah, I mean, you should be able to turn it off.
Because if that happens every single time, you get a bit lost, but you want to keep trying.
I'm just saying, like, if you had an NPC in your fucking inventory, like a person you could call.
Oh, I thought you just, like, held up a little person and they're like, hey, have you tried using the super jump?
Yeah.
You can use it in a different way than you think.
Like, it's not a question of, like...
Someone is listening to this and just saying, wow, they're a real fucking idiot.
They're so bad at video games. Super Metroid isn't even hard. And it's like, I quit games a lot when they have that kind of... Like, I don't like to quit games a lot, but there's a lot of games I just can't see myself ever going back to. Here's how bad I am at puzzle games. Ocarina of Time.
Oh. Yeah, you hate Zelda games.
I don't like Zelda games. Okay, I really liked Spirit Tracks, like the entirety of Spirit Tracks. I was fucking jamming.
And then there was a puzzle and you never touched it again.
I'm at the final goddamn level. And it's like, here's 2 keys and 80 locked doors. Jackass, figure that one out. And I'm like, I'm going to use a key on a door. And it's like, that was a dead end, probably. Fuck you, idiot. And I'm like, can I do anything in here? And it's like, maybe. You used every item, every single place. And I'm like, I don't want to do that.
Yeah, that seems
Just put me in the train boss fight. I just want to ride my train and beat this fucking game.
I was playing Paper Mario The Thousand Year Door again a little while back. Maybe like 2 or 1 year ago or something. And I got to the Shadow Palace, the final area.
Yeah.
And it's just one of those things where I would walk, and then I'd go through the door and I'd be in the same area.
Oh, yeah, of course.
And I'm like, how did I get this before? And I didn't understand it. And why are you cutting your nails with the dog nail clippers?
I had gunk under my nails. I needed something with a point to it, like a dull point to it.
What do you mean, like this other one?
There's no dull point on there.
Oh, I thought there was... Oh.
Yeah, fuck you. You thought you were gonna have a gotcha moment. He thought he was gonna get me.
Well, hey, you're using a fucking dog nail clipper.
I'm not. What else am I gonna dig under my nails with? Way to call attention to it.
A nail?
Yeah. I can't fit
Another
my
one of your nails
under my nails. It's
okay.
like it's imprecise.
That's fair.
It's like playing Super Metroid. Jokes. Shit. We didn't make any jokes this episode.
I also played Earthbound. I'm playing Earthbound as well. And there's just enemies that'll just kill your party. Like, when they blow up, and it's like, okay. and if the fight ends, the damage that you would have taken is somewhat negated because it's rolling down. But if a party member dies in Earthbound, you have to run back to the hospital and treat them.
Oh.
It works in some places because you're in a little area outside of the town.
So you can just run back.
But I'm in a fucking desert.
Right.
Where I can't get the bus to run. So I have to walk out of the desert because Jeff passed out again. Walk down the highway. Walk
Jeff.
back into the middle of the town. And I have to do that. And there's no run button.
God.
The only way to run faster is to eat a sandwich. It's called the skip sandwich, and you move faster, at marginally faster for a little bit. But the inventory is so fucking crucial in that game, and it doesn't heal a lot.
Yeah, you can't, so you can't afford to have a switch sandwich.
It's not good for the heal. Also, there's so many items that are crucial to the game that they keep throwing at me.
Here's the thing. Here's one of the things I hear a lot about video games.
Earthbound has inspired a lot of people to make games, and I'm grateful for that. But I don't want to play any of those games.
So there's a lot about video games. It's like you just got to get through it, dude.
Why would you say that to someone who isn't having fun with the game?
That's what I was just about to say. So it's like if you're not having, it's almost like an insult to the person if they're like, "This is my favorite game ever," and you're like, "I didn't like it. I wasn't having fun with it, so I stopped playing it." They'll like get mad at you.
Yeah.
They'll be like, "How fucking dare you do that?"
Yeah. And if I say that about Earthbound or Super Metroid,
yeah, you got
holy
unpopular
shit.
opinions today. I think it's also how you say it.
Yeah.
So because we had this conversation with our Adventures group the other week.
I hated that conversation. I talked about how I didn't like Majora's Mask. I talked about this on the podcast. And I started to tell my opinions, and someone would just like, your argument is so poor, even though she's only played Ocarina of Time, and she didn't lead with that.
And this is how it came out, because one person in our group was like, X Zelda game is the worst Zelda game.
Yeah.
And there's a difference between, I wasn't having fun with this mechanic, so I stopped, and this is the worst Zelda game because of this thing.
I've never said Majora's Mask is the worst Zelda game. I have said
you don't like it.
I don't like it.
Yeah.
And the reasons I have are given as so. And we've done this on the podcast before. I don't have to say it.
Yeah.
Just go re-listen to that episode where I talk about Majora's Mask.
You can find it if you just search Cookies and Milk and you click on any episode.
Yeah, but they say they search Cookies and Milk and it's just
the more popular Cookies and Milk podcast.
Is there an actual one?
I think there's a different one,
yeah,
because that's what happened to the first.
God damn it.
Because I think one of our parents, or Isabel, was talking to us, and they were like, "Hey, do you guys know there's another podcast named Cookies and Milk, right?"
Of course.
Of course. It's a real good name for a podcast. But I mean, like...
It hurts.
It doesn't have us.
Yeah. It doesn't have Eggman with a gun.
Yeah. Some real good bits.
Real good callback there. I can't, and like I talked about, and then I put the opinion out that I liked Skyward Sword even though people don't really like that. And I was talking about that to the group, and I'm like, okay.
The funniest thing about the group as a whole was that you have played more Legend of Zelda games than any of them, like, combined.
Yeah! And they like, had the gall to be like, let's have a discussion about Legend of Zelda games, and William, your opinions are bad about it.
They were like,
let's invalidate you for having these opinions.
They were like, we're talking about Legend of Zelda now. Here's our topics. Wind Waker. Just kidding, it's Majora's Mask. Yeah. And Ocarina of Time. What's that, William? You've played every single other Legend of Zelda game that's been released? Who cares? We're talking about this one now.
I was hoping someone would have any type of opinion on Majora's Mask. On Skyward Sword. But then the person who was across the table that had who had said your argument is so bad had said, I looked at her and she's like, I've only actually played Ocarina of Time, so I don't care. And I'm like,
then why
make me feel bad about this?
So
two of the people had broken off to just fucking discuss Majora's Mask, even though it was time for them to leave.
They're good at that. But it's like,
God, that was the worst.
It was, so, I've played like 2 Legend of Zelda games. And I can make that known. But Majora's Mask was one of the ones where I started playing it, and I fucking dropped it.
Fair.
Because if I couldn't do the puzzles as a child, I'm fucking done with it. I'm not gonna play Majora's Mask now.
Fair.
I'm a goddamn adult. I don't like Legend of Zelda games.
I did pick it back up for the 3DS because why not? Sure is. Sure is a game.
Majora's Mask. Do the side quests. It's deep.
I don't care if I have to do a side quest twice to get both things from it.
It's existential.
Also, no one cared about my opinion.
Yeah, that's...
Like, I talked to one person who had liked it, Majora's Mask, and I talked about it, and their response was just like, they didn't care.
That was the... Our group is so shitty about, like, having video game opinions and conversations. I feel like if we aren't... And I know we have, like, an echo chamber here.
Yes.
Like, between the two of us, there's, like, we agree on, like, most everything. But that was... That table,
it was so disjointed.
That was not room for, like, a debate about, like, the pros and cons of different Legend of Zelda games. You said you didn't like Majora's Mask, and everybody who liked Majora's Mask was like, fuck that. Putting up that wall.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck about what you say.
Like, the person who had actually done that got up and then sat back down and got on their phone and was not in the conversation. And then they got back up, said it again, and then sat back down and got back on their phone. It's times like this when I like the fact that our friends don't listen to the podcast, because I feel like that'd be a topic to broach. That they would broach on Friday nights.
Like, hey, but I mean, like, we haven't said anything like false.
True.
Like,
very true.
They know they did this.
Yeah.
I always wonder if other people like relive conversations as much as.
Well, I don't think anyone felt as shitty as I did in that conversation, so probably not.
I felt pretty bad about it.
That's the time when I felt like, oh, I'm 19 in this friend group, and everyone is in their late
20s.
Like mid to late 20s. You, Alan, and Kat are early 20s still.
Yeah.
Because 25 is mid. But like...
There's a couple people there who are late 20s.
Very late 20s. Like... And I'm the youngest. I am the youngest in that group.
Yeah.
Because Tori's birthday is before mine.
Sure.
And that's just weird to think, you know?
Yeah. There's a certain point after you, like...
That it stops mattering?
Yeah, once you're, like... I mean, here's the thing. Once you turn, like, 19-ish, once you're, like, somewhere in the vicinity of 20, your exact age doesn't exactly matter until you turn, like, 30.
It's weird how the people who are in your age group seem like they're still teenagers.
Yeah.
Like, I've stopped looking at people...
Period.
Period. Because I can't make eye contact because I'm too shy. But you, Alan, Kat, Randy, still a teenager-ish. Well, because Randy was hanging out with teenagers. That was kind of weird. Right?
Well, back when we were...
Like, when you were working with Randy, and Randy was, like, 25, and you were 17.
Was that happening?
I think that was happening.
We weren't hanging out in high school.
You were hanging... No, you were. Yeah.
We were?
Yeah, because you didn't know Randy's actual age. You thought Randy was, like, 22. Or, like... Because it didn't matter.
Yeah. We weren't in high school.
You were... Senior year. You were working... there with Randy, and you at some point, maybe early to high school, maybe
it wasn't high school because I wasn't working there in high school.
Really?
I worked the summer of junior year.
Oh.
And then senior year I wasn't working, and then that summer I picked it up again.
Oh, okay. Okay, then, so you were fresh. I was in high school when it happened.
You were in high school, yes.
So you were below 20, like...
Yeah.
So that's kind of strange.
But I mean, like, that's the...
I guess that makes sense.
That's the thing. I think 18 to, like, 30 are all, like...
the same age group.
Yeah. That's an age group. That's like
Could you imagine if we had, like, a 45-year-old person in that friend group? That'd be real weird, huh?
Yeah, that would be sort of bizarre.
Hey, guys, it's me, Alan's older sister. a 45-year-old.
I'm 45. 45 years
Whoa!
young.
How? I never get that. How can you have, like, kids that are 20 years apart?
Yeah, that's a bizarre one. That's got, like, high-level empty nest syndrome.
Like, I guess you can have a kid when you're 25 and 55, but, like...
It is one of those things that's always sort of weird to me when people's parents are, like, real old.
And then they have a kid?
No, when they're just... I mean, yeah.
Just old parents?
I mean, they were real old when they had the kid.
Oh.
I had a friend whose parents were, like, 60s.
Yeah. One of my friends had older parents because they kept trying for a child.
Children.
But, multiple children. I'm sure they did. But then...
I was going to make a dark joke
Oh
there.
my god, dude. Jesus.
You don't know what the joke
What
is?
else could it be? Going back to The Witcher 3?
Sort of. Kind of?
Okay. We're not touching this topic again. But they finally had him, and they were late 50s? Mid to late 50s, maybe?
Yeah.
But yeah, that was their lot in life.
Yeah, I mean, like, you're never too old to
Have kids.
do things.
That's true. You're never too old to struggle with capitalism.
Right, of course. I mean, honestly, it's probably smarter to do that.
When you're old?
When you're old, you have cash.
Oh.
You get capital to
No,
sustain a
you
child.
don't. You might not have capital.
Well, I mean, in our current generation, there's no way to have capital.
But also, when you're old, it'll be hard to keep up with them.
Right, that's true.
It's better to have a kid. I can't say this, but I feel like it would be good. Prime age.
19.
Oh no! Prime age to have a kid is 30s.
That sounds correct.
Like mid 30s,
I think
maybe early 30s if you're feeling like you want a kid.
I feel like early 30s.
Early 30s.
Look at Cookies and Milk. This is the video
Let's
game
have
podcast.
kids in early 30s.
I think early 30s is the right time to have a child.
if you're
Wait,
past,
hold on.
if
How old were our parents when they had me?
Dad was 38.
Is that true? No way.
Yeah. No. Dad was 36.
Yes, because I was gonna say
Mom was 28.
He's not 60.
No, he's not. He's like 55.
Wait,
Mom
is
was
there an
20.
8-year difference?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
I have no fucking idea how old their parents are.
Really?
I know Dad was 50 at some point in my life. Because he got birthday cards about it.
He's 56 right now.
Sure.
So 2011. I think.
What time are we at?
Snooze a clock. We're at 42 minutes. I don't want to leave off on talking about our dad's age, though.
We haven't made any jokes this
Have you ever
episode.
played a game where you can make your character really fucking old in Character Creator, but they do a bunch of, like, backflips and shit?
Yeah.
How does that
they're
work?
just really athletic.
Uh,
You take care of your body.
I guess, yeah,
Push-ups
that's true.
every day. Never eat anything bad for you.
What?
Can you imagine living that life?
Oh, you'd feel so... Okay, so I feel like there's a trade-off.
You feel good?
You feel good, but you don't feel good when you eat.
Right, like...
But you eat and you feel good, but you don't feel good normally.
Right.
So, there's going to be a balance.
Can you imagine if you, like, were so into, like, the real healthy eating and stuff, that you were like, and now I'm going to have, like, a sweet treat. I'm going to dip the strawberry in just a little bit of sugar. And, like, that's
We've
your
done
whole
that,
dessert.
though.
No, we put in a lot of sugar. It's like
Gently dab it in
90%
water and
sugar.
then dunk it in sugar.
Yeah.
Because it's good.
It's good, but it's terrible for you.
We haven't had that in a while, though.
No.
I'm going to take this banana and dunk it in sugar.
Oh. Oh.
What?
That sounds gross.
I'm going to take this kiwi and dunk it in sugar.
That's probably fine.
No, like, uncut.
Oh. Dab in water lightly. Sugar.
It looks like a snowball.
Then you eat it.
I'm going to take this piece of pineapple. I feel like that's too tangy.
It's too tangy. I mean, like, you said banana, and bananas are... I recently went through a point in my life where I would just, like, go to Giant Eagle, get a bunch of bananas.
And then eat all the
and
bananas.
just, like, have a banana.
On the way home.
Every
mile you'd have a
Christ.
banana.
every day I would go up and I'd get a banana and take that banana to work and have the banana at work.
Right.
And I got so fucking sick of bananas.
What? What's wrong with banana? No, I get it.
Also, they like go bad so fast.
Yeah.
Like there's like a 2-day window when the bananas are perfect. They're 100% ideal bananas.
I like a green banana.
I don't like a green banana.
I like a green banana that is just... Like, it's at the... I like super ripe.
It's like...
I don't like a yellow banana.
So there's a 2-day window, but there's a negative 0.5 day window.
I like a real crisp banana.
Yeah, a crisp banana.
Like a hard banana.
You're just eating it with the
rind
peel
on.
it.
Yeah.
The rind?
I don't know, dude. What do you want me to say?
The peel.
I can't eat an orange.
Period.
Oranges are just too much.
There's a lot of stuff that goes into eating an orange.
It's a real dedication that I don't have.
Yeah.
I'm not ready for that kind of commitment, oranges.
It's a goddamn process.
Give me a pear. I like a pear. A
Pear is
soft pear.
Watermelon is good, but like
Just enough to give.
You gotta do it right.
Yeah.
I bought a watermelon one time. That was a mistake.
Wasn't there an episode of Cookies Milk where we just ate a watermelon?
Yes, and I felt bad.
And we threw it at each other in the hallway? Was that a different watermelon?
That was a different...
At night?
That was years ago.
Where there was a point in our lifetime where we ate a watermelon and we just got like... What's a fun idea to have? Let's throw watermelon at each other.
Like,
not the red bits. The rind?
Yeah, like we were like...
we were hurling a half-eaten...
Yeah,
watermelon at each other.
Like at one point, I put the rind on your head.
You tried to.
I tried to.
You did not succeed.
It was a goof.
I really got you there when I put a full rind on your head, dude.
It was a goof. There's a lot of like fun stories. I have a lot of fun stories about watermelon.
Yeah, they're good fruit.
So there's that one. There was the time
we
had
threw it across the street.
We had just like a sibling bonding experience because I was like, there's woods like across the street from our house.
Yeah.
And I'm big into compost.
Yeah. So you will hurl.
So the three of us, all the siblings, went out because I was like, let's throw some watermelon across the street, and it was like, all right, and then we just sort of like stood there and threw the watermelon as far as we could.
Yeah.
I had one fun time. After the night we ate a watermelon as we were recording, I took the watermelon outside with me because I was like, I'm just going to throw it outside. And I like threw it, but it slipped out of my hand and just like smashed on the street. And I was just like, they're going to see this in the morning and know I threw a watermelon on the floor. So I like drove over it with my car as I was leaving.
You did a turn around the neighborhood just to do that?
I never just to do that because that's just the kind of person I am.
Of course.
There was the time we were on vacation. That's the second vacation story bring up in one episode. And we like had it because I was like, that's a fun treat that's good to eat. And I had gotten a knife with the bear spray you have to buy in Yellowstone. So I just had the watermelon on my lap and I was carving it with the knife and I was just like handing pieces to people.
That was fun.
Yeah.
Weren't we supposed to talk about heavy topics tackled in video games? But we didn't.
We did not.
So
I didn't have anything. Like, I said that, and I was looking at you as you were talking, and I was trying to think of heavy topics that video games tackle. Couldn't.
And you're like, yeah, gay werewolves.
Yeah, I did that joke, and then I was like, alright, got nothing else.
Okay. Well, I think that's the end of the episode.
Yeah.
The Oreos were okay. Milk, the cups need to be washed again.
They need to be, like, legitimately washed, not doused in soap water before the...
Yeah. So... remember to like, comment, share, subscribe for more videos.
If you're one of our close friends that we talked about in this episode, I'm sorry.
But
you should be sorry.
I feel bad. Because of what happened in the conversation that day, but also because of what I said here today. Right. Anyway, goodbye.